You don't realize how long a gibbon's arms are until, well, one, you get slapped by one, but also until you put them next to a person for scale. But having joints longer than a prohibition for Peter Griffin is great for one thing, and it's
yeah, now that mother, goddamn, nigga built like Wemby.
Person for scale.
Built like a Slenderman, god.
Alright, we got Casual Geographic. This is the funniest animal on earth. I'm sorry.
Show me someone who's never seen this with their
Why is neck bulge so big, bruh?
eyes, and I'll show you a child that got left behind. The school system's failing, and this is proof. Did you know the average kid in America doesn't know about this harmonized homunculus argument?
I don't know what this is. I don't. They are failing, because as a grown, at 29, do not know what this is.
One of the greatest gifts nature ever gave, yet they remain disrespected and unaccepted. Well, not today, you know. Someone has to stand up for this comic relief, rough draft, auditory onslaught of a primate, and you already know I will. I mean, that's a given. You're probably familiar with the great apes, but in case you're not, they include gorillas, chimps, bonobos, i.e. chimps with a different R rating, and this guy.
Oh my god.
Together, along with humans, they make up the great ape group. Great ape. The name only an ape could come up with. But along the way, someone got snubbed, and this is actually live footage of it happening.
You are freaking
great apes.
American plus
Mark. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm rocking with Mark because Mark is rocking with us.
Yeah, Gibbons got gatekept from the great ape lunch table. Science says it's because of their relatively smaller size, lower intelligence. Ouch. And real talk, I think they're just too goofy for the other apes to want to be associated.
Look at the whoa. Okay, wait a minute, real quick. Wait a minute, real quick. Did he just shit? Did he just balance on that and shit out his butt while he was walking?
And real talk, I think they're just too goofy for the other apes to want to be associated. But being tailless means gibbons aren't monkeys either, and instead got classified as lesser apes. That's already flagrantly flippant, but there's about 20 species of lesser apes. They're all gibbons. Apparently, this drunk toddler of an ape was such an affront to the family, folks created an entirely new category to put them in and slap them with the lesser.
Why do you run like that?
Well, I'm gonna argue this tiger taunting, vocal cord flaunting, terminally trolling, usually barrel rolling primate might just be the prime ape. Now, to be fair, gibbons are that one weird kid in class. They're like the missing link between apes and monkeys, but if evolution went on a side quest. Gibbons break a lot of the rules of being an ape. They have low sexual dimorphism, meaning the males and females are about the same size. They don't build nests to sleep. They put in about as much effort as pigeons. They're monogamous, alleged.
Look at him, bro.
Size. They don't build nests.
Nah, this nigga look like he had a hard day's work, and he just trying to sneak off to take a nap. Low key aura.
They put in about as much.
This is Aura. Look at how he's crouched up against the tree. Look at his face. He looked like he hated there.
Much effort as pigeons. They're monogamous, allegedly. We'll get to that. And they basically spend their entire lives in the trees. Could have sworn they let the orang slide for that, but that's none of my business. They're also anatomical anomalies with a wingspan worthy of an infringement lawsuit from Gadget. We call them lesser, but let's be glad they're still alive. Because uncovering a fossil that could jump rope its own skeleton, that Jumanji junk would have put us in another pandemic. You don't realize how long a gibbon's arms are until, well, one, you get slapped by one, but also until you put them next to a person for scale. But having joints longer than a prohibition for Peter Griffin is great for one thing, and it's
now that mother, goddamn, nigga built like Wemby.
Person for scale.
Nigga built like a Slenderman, goddamn.
Joints longer than a prohibition for Peter Griffin is great for one thing, and it's kind of the thing gibbons are known for. Like I said, gibbons are completely arboreal, and there's actually a name for how they get from A to B. Brachiate. Calling it monkey bars is an insult. If you did this as a kid, you were on gibbon timing. These branch-loving acrobats are the fastest things in the trees without wings. At 35 miles per hour, the tree goblins can brachiate fast enough to get pulled over in a school zone. And they'll beat themselves up to 30 feet between trees. Forget a leap of faith, that's a leap of fortune. Specialized shoulders and wrists allow them to treat the jungle as their personal gym. It also
they be moving.
A leap of fortune. Specialized shoulders and wrists allow them to treat the jungle as their personal gym.
That swing was fast as hell.
It also helps that they're built like a CrossFit cryptid with the longest arms of any ape. If the average 5'4" woman adopted its build, she'd flex a 10'7" wingspan. And if you lived like one, you'd be parkouring off the cables of the Brooklyn Bridge. But they're not free from fall damage, and it's estimated most gibbons break a bone at some point in their lives. Gets even crazier when you realize mothers will pull these stunts with a whole baby in tow. And speaking of babies, you know how we always say animals use play as preparation for the life they'll live? Baby gibbons will not only learn to brachiate by chasing each other other through the trees, they'll also intentionally let go of branches to catch themselves. But what even makes gibbons play a lifelong game of floor is lava? Well, like orangutans, they realize it's way safer to have your ops be gravity and time than touch tiger country downstairs and get murked by a feline. Because gibbons would rather run away than run a Huh? Gibbons are actually extremely territorial, and that, along with them having a 99 agility stat, is how you get the only animal alive that can vibe check a tiger and live to do it twice. Technically, it's mobbing behavior meant to drive away a predator using the power of parkour.
Oh,
But
nah.
the execution makes them move like Spider-Man minus morale. Their morale
You know, oh, bro, as he was saying it, I literally was thinking it. These niggas move like Spider-Man and fucking Marvel Rivals, and it pisses me off, bruh.
less, but the only miles is how far they can drive a striped delete button crazy. Show me a great ape that can taunt a tiger. Many have tried. Most have died. A whole apex predator and twig ninja just ear-pulled them like a delinquent. And they don't play favorites. Gibbons have also been recorded harassing clouded leopards getting too close, although I'm pretty sure that one was trying to sleep and got hit with a long arm of audacity. Because if you think they only use their powers for protection, gibbons are the most unapologetic trolls in the animal kingdom.
Nah,
We told
you're
them they're the great
childish.
ape's little brother, and now they done made it their
You're childish. I'm on this rickety ass bridge with my baby, and you over here swinging like shit fun. I'm gonna knock your ass out, bruh.
most unapologetic
This bridge do not look safe. You over here trolling.
trolls in the animal kingdom. We told them they're the great ape's little brother, and now they done made it their personality. No other way they
Look at you, yo. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This thing come around there fucking with me like that. Bro, we gotta squabble, bro.
in the animal kingdom. We told them they're the
He grabbed his tail,
great ape's little brother,
ran
and now
away.
they done made it their personality.
Oop.
No other way
Nah,
to
just
explain
jokes.
this. Porcupines are better protected against lions than versus a tree
Oh,
having
hell
instigator.
nah.
Even a so-called great ape can end up looking pretty
It's like having a little sibling, bro. That I'm not touching you, or they fucking come up to you and pinch you and run away. Nigga, get from by me, bro.
lesser. Gibbons are an impulsive thought come to life. They don't think it, they just do it. Fun fact, this is the Memphis Zoo. That's Ringo, and they even warn you to stay off the glass because he'll literally injure himself trying to jump scare you. You know nature made you crack when you're the only mammal alive that can go band for band with a cat. With zero regard for feline rights, you've never seen a cat this outmatched. And they'll easily play Matador with your dog. I love it because there's no scientific reason for them to be like this other than
you're a
Gibbons are
dick.
all about the dickery.
You're a
except with
dick.
mice. You know, put a mouse in front of them and things suddenly stop being funny. But with arms like that, they'll always keep it humorous. But there is one animal that forms the most unlikely friendship with them. Or maybe not. Because on paper, gibbons and orangutans actually have a lot in common. They live in the same area code, they're both for the trees, and orangutan actually translates to man of the forest. At the same time, some, like the Hulak gibbon, have been affectionately nicknamed the little man of the forest. But their personalities are so opposite, they honestly belong in a buddy comedy. Gibbons are hyper athletic, flyweight, and the fastest moving animals in the trees. Orangs are the largest,
Bro.
the mascot
Look at how it moves. That shit is actually insane.
are hyper athletic.
It really like just moves like a
fastest-
person, but it's not. It's low-key scary because it's like, bro, why are you so human-like?
moving
Look at
animals
this.
in the trees. Orangs are the largest, the mascots of stoicism, and yo, I swear they could talk, they just don't want to deal with taxes. Polar opposites, yet time and time again, wild gibbons and orangutans have been caught playing with each other. I like to think the fact that they don't compete for the same foods means they don't really have a reason to have beef, and a lot of zoos will actually assign them together as roommates.
What the
Another
fuck?
reason orangutans are chill like that. If gibbons suddenly get accepted into the Great Ape Club, I think you know who pulled the strings for them. And you think orangs will
Type
find a
shit.
sentient sugar rush annoying, and that gibbons might find Bigfoot's understudy intimidating. But not only do they play with each other, they even trust each other with their own children. Orangs
Really?
have quite the obsession with baby gibbons, and gibbons really be rocking with an infant Cheeto ape. There's even one gibbon in the
Cheeto
Brookfield
ape.
Zoo that'll leave his enclosure just to visit the orangutans next door. But there's at least one other ape gibbons bond with. In some places, wild gibbons will actually become habituated with humans to the point where they'll regularly drop by and groom their favorites. Galia was a Hulak gibbon who was famous because every day, she'd come down from the trees, hobble over to the locals, and provide a free hour-long salon service, starting with Bupeshwar Nin.
Hey, let me get these shits about you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all a little dirty over here. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me help you with that. Imagine a monkey coming over to you and grooming you.
Ingda, the man who protected her as an orphan. It hits different when you realize grooming is how gibbons reinforce social bonds in a family. Now, it
Aw.
is bittersweet since it likely took her entire actual family getting put on a shirt for her to get to that point, and we'll get back to that. But I'd say that's pretty damn great for a lesser ape. Even dogs aren't immune to a Gibbon act of goodwill. And now that you're familiar with them, I think we can go ahead and meet all the types of Gibbons, or as many as my attention span will allow. This is a Siamang. They're the heavy
this is weird.
at a whopping 30 pounds. They're the ones with that throat scrub, or as I like to call it,
Why?
the chesticle.
Nah, that is a sack. That is a pair of nuts.
Pounds. They're the ones with
Look at it.
that throat scrub, or as I like to
Nah, that's a scrotum, bruh. That's nuts. They got nut throat.
call it, the chesticle. It's a pouch that works like an amplifier to broadcast their call. And clearly nature had an off day when it spawned a frog monkey that looks like one of Ben's 10. As much as I like them, this would be terrifying to have fly over your head.
Oh, hell
it's
yeah.
a reminder that even the comic relief of the apes could scramble your face if they really wanted to. But I think nature knew it animated Slenderman's shadow a little too well, because it went ahead and gave them the most unserious vocal stim you've ever heard.
What the fuck? Okay, alright, that sounds kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna cap. That sounds kind of crazy, bro. I don't know about that one.
This is a northern white-cheeked gibbon, which definitely, for sure, is not venom, no matter how hard you try to perceive otherwise. And in case you're
Nigga,
curious,
did you just hit me? Did that motherfucker just come and hit me?
for sure is not venom, no matter how hard you try to perceive otherwise. And in case you're curious, the babies are all born white. After about a year or two, they turn black. The males stay that way, but the females eventually revert back to their cream colorway, proving the once widely accepted scientific theory wrong. You can go back.
Okay. Okay,
This
nigga.
is a Skywalker gibbon, and yes, they were discovered in 2017 by a group of scientists who apparently love Star Wars that much. The namesake of Luke was found in Myanmar, Southeast Asia, and it's believed there's less than 200 of them. But they're not as bad as the Hainan gibbon, which isn't just the rarest ape, but one of the mammals closest to getting discontinued, with less than 40 of them. Crazy
Damn.
thing is, it used to be worse. They went from a couple thousand in the 1950s to where you could count on both hands how many were left by the 70s. Again, we got the Hulak gibbon.
How are they dying though? Like, is this just self-deletion? How the fuck are they getting, like, who's packing these niggas up?
I like their face. The silvery gibbon. I like their hair. Good thing they max out at 2 feet. Any taller, we'd be having Yeti conversations. And lastly, the pileated gibbon, because in my opinion, they have the coolest call.
Nigga, is that not a bird?
Now at this point, you might be wondering, why do gibbons call at all? Well, that's the second thing they're known for. The reason for it, well, you have a lock on the door.
Nah, this is really a ball chittian, man. Like, you were dealt the worst hand. Like, why does it do that?
Have a gate, but gibbons, nah, they mark territory off straight. It's actually the same reason male lions roar, to tell outsiders that they best keep it that way. Except gibbons will often do it as a duet, and sometimes they'll get the kids involved and make it a family matter. And they'll usually do it in the crotch of dawn, and if you live next to a zoo with gibbons, you've definitely heard it. And remember, they're territorial, so if you hoot back at them, you might just end up going band for band with a broadcasting tree siren. Hey, yeah, post-production cashier, don't do that. Not only will you offend them, it's like showing teeth to a gorilla, but gibbons are capable of doing something about it. In 2011, a gibbon escaped a Malaysian zoo after being taunted and severely mauled a child, and while I will spare you
Oh my god. Yeah, please spare us the image. Oh my god. Jesus.
all the details, I will say his mom had to carry pieces of his thigh in a plastic bag. The odds are low, but
Yo.
they're not zero. So yeah, best keep the singing to the gibbons. It's a big deal for them. They spend actual years of their lives perfecting it. It's very much giving albatross marriage dance. In some species, Mama Gibbon will help her daughters practice with their version of singing lessons, where the daughter tries to match her mother's pitch. For male gibbons, they learn by imitating the male figures around them. After years in the lab, they're able to come together and make the sound you've heard in every movie's jungle scene ever. There's something about
So that's fucking monkeys. It's not birds. Bro, when they play the jungle sounds, I was thinking this whole time it was fucking birds. Holy shit.
After years in the lab, they're able to come together and make the sound you've heard in every movie's jungle scene ever. There's something about the fact that males and females spend years perfecting their songs, and when they do come together, the songs just fit each other perfectly. These duets become a verbal vow renewal, as the songs help reinforce their pair bond. And that's the third thing gibbons are known for. They're the only apes that are monogamous. Can you imagine a gibbon seeing another gibbon and just making it work. No other ape, not gorillas, chimps, definitely not bonobos. And you know most humans ain't about that. Entanglements be damned. Except, yeah, about that. So the whole monogamy thing came from researchers watching a group and witnessing a couple only getting active with each other. Except what they didn't realize was by being around these gibbons constantly, the gibbons eventually got used to the people and would get way closer than they usually would. The problem was the other gibbons that weren't as chill with humans would see this and treat the human habituated gibbons like the plague and avoid them at all costs. Honestly, good for them. But if gibbons do mess around on their partners, the researchers basically block them from doing it. Also, any cheater can look loyal for the weeks or months the researchers spent watching them. So, Ryan Balombit decided to study a gibbon family for 6 years, and this time, instead of habituating themselves to just one pair, pretty much all the groups in the area were habituated, meaning they could truly study gibbon free will. And when I tell you it was Real Housewives of Indonesia out there, I'm gonna tell you a story, but it will get messy, so I'm gonna need you to lock in or you will get lost.
Okay, I'm locked,
So it starts with
y'all locked? He said we need to lock in. Y'all locked?
2 gibbon families. Each one had a sub-adult, basically a teenager, and one had a teenage male.
Wait. I'm already not locked.
You a story, but it will get messy, so I'm gonna need you to lock in or you will get lost.
Okay, locked.
So it starts with 2 gibbon families. Each one had a sub-adult, basically a teenager, and one had a teenage male and the other a teenage girl.
Okay.
And we're still talking about gibbons. Both teenagers left their respective families, got together, and found a new territory to live in. And that's when stuff got weird. Because the teenage guy gibbon also had 2 younger juvenile brothers, and for reasons beyond me, they moved in with Big Bro and his girl. To Palombit, that was already cause to pause, but it got wicked once the adult male from the female gibbon's original group, i.e. her father, disappeared. Because apparently a parent in past tense is a canon event. Well, with a sudden power vacuum, guess who filled in? Yeah, the same sub-adult male along with his baby brothers all moved into the female's group, and the teenager took his girl's dad's place. He then just moved back and forth between the two.
Wait a fucking minute. Okay, hold on, chat, lock.
We're still talking.
Okay, so there's two families. They both had teenagers. The teenagers left the hive together. Boom. That's where we at right now. It was 1 male, 1 female. Okay.
Talking about gibbons. Both teenagers left their respective families, got together, and found a new territory to live in.
Okay, found a new territory.
And that's when stuff got weird. Because the teenage guy gibbon also had 2 younger juvenile brothers, and
so the teenage gibbon on the guy that moved out had 2 younger brothers that moved in with them, okay?
For reasons beyond me, they moved in with Big Bro and his girl. To Palombit, that was already cause to pause, but it got wicked once the adult male from the female gibbon's original group, i.e. her father, disappeared.
Okay, so the 2 little niggas moved in, right? But the girl's dad disappeared / died, okay?
Because apparently a parent in past tense is a canon event. Well, with a sudden power vacuum, guess who filled in?
So now there's a missing void of a adult father for the girl.
Yeah, the same sub-adult male along with his baby brothers all moved into the female's group, and the teenager took his girl's dad's place.
Wait. So then they eventually ended up moving in with the family because, and then the teenager and the sons, the teenager and the little boys took the role of her dad. So wait, did the teenager get with the mom?
Male along with his baby brothers all moved into the female's group, and the teenager took his girl's dad's place.
His girl's dad's place. So that's still your girl, but you took her dad's place, okay.
He then just moved back and forth between the 2 spots, meaning mans was monkey branching from his original girl to her mother. And in what's a lot more common than you might think, the mother and daughter had serious beef, and when things finally got too hot and the male had to pick a side, he chose the mother and fully moved in. The mom would have a baby that was likely fathered by her daughter's ex. As for the sub-adult daughter, that was the last time Palombit saw her. If there's a moral in this story, one way or another,
that's so messy. Oh my god, that's so messy. Holy shit.
Gibbon's gonna find a way to swing. There was also that time one in the Fukushima Zoo in Nagasaki had people questioning everything after 12-year-old Momo got pregnant while being housed with exactly 0 men. They thought it was an immaculate conception. Folks thought she spawned Gibbon Jesus, until they did a DNA test and found the father was 34-year-old Ito, who thankfully was also a Gibbon. They still had no idea how they did the do, until they found a 9mm hole in a steel plate between enclosures. That's 9mm. He really wanted that glory the whole time.
No way. Okay, what the fucking messy shit is this? Nigga stuck his little monkey pee in a hole and she threw it back on the hole and got pregnant? No, nah, she wanted that shit bad. They both wanted it bad, bro. That's fucking crazy. They snuck fuck. Nigga said they snuck fuck. Bro, no way. That's actually, the dedication is crazy, bro.
Call them lesser when really we're not that much better than Gibbons. I don't care what the literature says, they're great to me. Especially since we've probably done Gibbons dirtier than any other ape. Remember Kalia? Well, not only did she lose her family, but after a kid taunted her with a slingshot and she finally bit back, the boy's father came after her with a shovel and she lost her life. This kind of thing actually happens a lot to Gibbons. Not only do they get their homes knocked down and trees removed, a lot of times they get reduced to pets. It's to the point where virtually every Gibbon is flirting with extinction. In fact, some like the Heinen might as well be in bed with it. I don't like ending the video like this, but I feel like Gibbons being so overlooked makes it that much easier for the atrocities against them to get buried. And if we don't lock in and spread the word, Nature's one-man comedy special will be canceled in our lifetime. But then again, does it not make sense for the comic relief to have the most tragic backstory?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Gibbons proved that you might not be
trauma builds character, bruh, and it makes you funny, bruh.
a great ape, but you're still a great ape. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother, support your local Gibbons, and one last thing to take home, but this is important, always remember to
Hey, shit. Oh, look at it. Oh. 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 Amazing. Amazing, amazing. W video, shout out Casual Geographic, bro.